Good afternoon. Today we're going to be covering a nonprofit servant leader profile on one of the most successful nonprofit organizations in America. My name is Ryan Keogh, and this is going to be in a project for the Leadership 630 course at GCU. Here's going to be a table of contents of what we're going to be covering today. So we're going to be covering the nonprofit overview of the nonprofit that was selected, a servant leadership overview, how servant leadership benefits employment within the company, how servant leadership benefited the organization and the community, um, and then a self-reflection on what I have learned throughout studying this organization in particular with regards to servant leadership. So just an overview of the organization. So we selected the American National Red Cross. The mission of this organization is to provide relief for those in need and those who are affected by hardships and disaster. They have a vision of establishing a network of dedicated volunteers, donors, and partners who kind of band together to help provide this care for those in need and provide critical service to those impacted by natural disasters, famine, disease, and things of that nature. So, for an overview of servant leadership itself, this is largely based on the writings of Greenleaf from 2002. So, this is based largely on a servant first mentality, meaning you serve first and then act as a leader. They focus on the growth and well-being of employees within the organization, so making sure they're acting in the best interest of the employees themselves and providing them with the care and support that they need. There's a number of characteristics that are linked with servant leadership, as Chiniar and Benteen discussed in their 2018 research. A lot of the characteristics reside around humility, altruism, ethicality, morality, and trust. So within the American National Red Cross, servant leadership qualities and characteristics are on full display. So a lot of these are based largely on the values of the founder, Clara Barton, who was a nurse who was serving in the Civil War. She her approach was largely non-discriminative care to those in need. So regardless of which side of the battle they were on, Clara was sort of providing the kind of support that you would expect from a servant. So she was very service focused, compassion, served with neutrality, and also established a network of volunteers to help provide the support to those who were critically wounded and those in need, regardless of which side they were on. Um, Today, those qualities are still very much on display within the National American Red Cross. As Jordan discusses in his 2020 research, a lot of this focuses on humility and compassion and service to others. So their culture is largely built upon those three principles to this day. So some specific examples of servant leadership within the organization can be found on their American Red Cross website from the 2023. They served and supported individuals who were impacted by Hurricane Ian. So people who had lost their homes, possessions, food, car, everything, their sense of security. They helped to set up services and shelters to provide critical support and healthcare to those who were impacted by the natural disaster, and also provided clothing, essentials, food items, medicine, and childcare for children who were also impacted. But above all, they helped provide a sense of security to those who had lost everything in a troubling time. So, very service forward organization. Other aspects on critical display here. Each year, they provide 4.5 million blood drives to provide blood to those who are impacted and those who need it. They help with 65,000 disaster responses, 510,000 military events sponsored, and as of today, they have a dedicated network of 265,000 volunteers who work to support the community and work to support those who are in need. So, how servant leadership has benefited the organization and the community. So, above all, servant leadership benefits organizations in a number of critical ways in general, as the research by Chiniar and Benteen from 2018 discusses. A lot of the principles of servant leadership are founded on trust, humility, transparency, and ethicality. These critical aspects of servant leadership have been linked to an increase in motivation and commitment to those who are working within the organization, as well as being linked to an increase in efficiency and productivity within the organization. So, as the research by Gross from 2019 suggests, an organization is only as effective as its workforce. So, if you have a organization and a workforce full of dedicated, motivated individuals, you can expect that your organization will be able to achieve its goals much more quickly and much more swiftly than an organization of those who are unmotivated. So specifically linked to Red Cross. So the Red Cross focuses on the servant leadership qualities, as the research from Jordan that we discussed previously would suggest. Their principles are founded on compassion, humility, trust, and service. So specifically within the Red Cross organization, Jordan's research has shown that the employees within the American Red Cross, when surveyed, were showed high marks in motivation, the commitment to the Red Cross as an organization, and with the efficiency in how they serve the community and how they serve those within the organization themselves. This is on full display with a full network of 265,000 dedicated volunteers who help to support these events and disasters that the American Red Cross supports, enabling the response to disasters, including famine, tragedy, named storms. As we previously discussed, Hurricane Ian being a critical example of when they provided support and care to those in need. But above that, they also help to provide support to military. So as military members are coming home or as wounded military members are coming in, the Red Cross helps to set up organizations and events for them to help them reacclimate back into society and help give them a place that they can transition to, with regards to food, a place to relax, a place to unwind, and the medical care and services that they may need if they are in need, which is a role that is near and dear to my heart, being a previous active duty service member. So having gone through and researched the aspects within the American Red Cross, I was left with a number of things that had left an impact on me and how I might, and things that I might carry forward within my own leadership as I help to serve my own organization. So as the research by Carter and Baghurst from 2014 also helps reiterate, qualities of servant leadership are founded on trust, transparency, and growth-focused behaviors. So it's important to continue to display these qualities within my own organization and not discriminate against any employees, and help to ensure that I'm treating everybody, regardless of their rank and regardless of their status within the organization, with fair and equal treatment. So as I continue to move up in the ranks and become a leader within my own organization, it is important that I continue to act as a servant to those who are making their own way up the organization, because that's only going to have a ripple effect of these servant leadership qualities that can help grow others within the organization and have a ripple effect. I was also largely impacted and largely inspired by the qualities demonstrated by the founder of the American Red Cross, Claire Barton. Her work helped to suggest that we should not discriminate and provide equal service to all, regardless of our beliefs or their beliefs, or where they serve and where we serve. Clara was also very hands-on, continued to act as a nurse and continue to be on the field and provide the same support as she expected from those who are working within her organization. So helping to provide a perfect example of continued service in the military. We would call that deck plate leadership, of actually being there and help supporting those who are doing the work and continuing to make sure we roll our sleeves up and act as an example for others. And then also the Christian teaching of treating your neighbors as you would treat yourself. This is an important thing to highlight, as if we live our life by that rule, we can help to spread servant leadership and its teachings to all others. These were the references that were used in the making of this presentation. So if you have any questions about any of those, feel free to look into those. And thank you very much for your time.